Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Sal Guy. Welcome back to Summit Auto Lab. In today's video, we're going to be working on my Jeep. Good try.
How's it going, you guys? So, unfortunately, I have a confession to make. So this amazing Jeep Cherokee Classic right here, this XJ, it is far from perfect. So there are so many things wrong with this Jeep. It still runs, it can do what it's built to do, and that is go over rocks very slowly. There are a few things that are wrong with it though, and I've had a couple weeks to kind of go through the Jeep, drive it around, figure out what's wrong with it, and I'm gonna show you guys pretty much everything that I've learned that is wrong with the Jeep, and we're going to be fixing the most important part. Yeah, the most important part of this Jeep right now is not working, which is preventing us from going to Moab. And if you guys guess what that is yet, but maybe you'll know in about a minute, so stay tuned. So this Jeep is amazing, but like I said, there's a few things wrong with it. Starting off with the exterior here, there are no roof rails. I mean, it's not really anything wrong with it, but it's preventing us from having a big cage on top. Maybe in the future, we will fix that. Another thing, this door kind of opens, but not really. So, I mean, it works, but like this switch needs to be fixed. That door over there does not open from the exterior, it opens from the inside. And the window doesn't work at all, so we gotta fix that. What else? This taillight does not work. Not sure why, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I may tear into that soon. Another thing that was broken, but I fixed it really easily off camera, is these speakers weren't working. I do need to replace all the speakers, and I think I'm going to add a subwoofer right here. Maybe that'll be a or speaker sound system installation in the Jeep in the future. This doesn't have a rear trim, but that doesn't really prevent it from doing anything. So let's open the hood here. Let's figure out what is the most important part of this Jeep that is not working right now. So here is the engine, the 4.0 liter inline 6-cylinder engine that Jeep has put into like a million Jeeps. And here's our high performance, painted to match, paint to sample valve cover. Adds like 10 horsepower right there. But we got some stuff going on in here. I recently replaced the coolant in here. I did a full coolant flush to try to get it to run a little bit cooler. It was running a little bit warm, and that was successful. So that is no longer an issue. So the thing about this Jeep that is not working, that has made it so we don't go to Moab, has to do with really on the inside, but there's components out here. I'll jump in the inside and show you. So it starts just fine, but, okay, let's do this right here. Let's blow the air. Let's turn it on max AC, all the way cold, okay. Oh yeah, do you guys hear that? We got our trusty infrared thermometer. Let's see how cold this AC is. 116 degrees. It's not very cold. Oh, 116, oh, 117, oh, 115 degrees, getting colder. No, it doesn't get cold at all. So the most important part of this Jeep that is preventing us from going off-roading down in the desert is the air conditioning does not work, not even close. It just blows hot air, hotter air than it is outside usually, and there's no way we're gonna go to Moab. Moab's like 115 degrees, all sun, there's no shade anywhere. So we need to fix the air conditioning in this Jeep ASAP so we can start doing Jeep things, because it is summer in Utah, and if you guys don't know your geography, Utah is a complete desert, so it is very, very, very hot. So yeah, in today's video, we're gonna be quickly installing all new AC components. And when I say all new, it's like we're ripping every component of the AC system out, putting in new ones, and that basically includes the compressor here, like with the belt clutch. We're going to be replacing this like tank thing, and then also a grill in the front. The thing that I really, really like about this old Jeep is that parts are so easily accessible, so cheap, and everybody everybody that's ever owned one has worked on it, so that there's so much information. Anyway, so I have all of the AC components right here. So we have like that black reservoir tank here. We got like a tube. We got some like AC lubricant stuff. We have our new radiator here, and then our new clutch compressor thing. And like I said, there's so much information on the internet that I'm extremely confident I can get this done in just a couple hours. Okay, so quick update here. I got the front radiator out, no problem. I got the little reservoir tank out, no problem. The hardest part so far, that took me like 20 minutes and I'm like sweating. And I ended up just cutting the line. It's because this stupid AC line like connector piece, it just will not budge. All the rest just popped out real easy. I just kind of like got a good grip on them and just kind of wiggled and they just popped right out. This one on the other hand, wasn't gonna happen. So I just like went like this. I was like, until it broke, which is fine because we have a replacement one of these. So this is just garbage. Next up on the list. So like I said, we got the radiator out, all the hoses out that went back here. We got the tank thing out, which is right there. There's the old radiator. Now we gotta remove the condenser clutch unit thingy, which shouldn't be that big of a deal. I gotta remove the belt, which is very easy. It just tells you how to do it right here. And then undo a couple studs and I think I'll just swap it out. So I'm gonna install this piece with this new line and then I'll probably install this piece and then the compressor last. Let's do it. Okay. There we go. So that's mounted. Now we just need to install all the lines. Okay, you guys, I gotta talk to you for a minute. We gotta be real. One-on-one right here. So there's a few different stages of working on your car. There's the, oh crap, something's broken, but let me go look at parts. Then you quickly find a part and it's like, wow, that was really easy. Oh, and it's really cheap, that's exciting. Now I get to work on my car. Then you get really pumped, you watch some how-to videos. You're like, all right, yeah, it's gonna be easy, like an hour. Yeah, you know, like hour and a half, 2 hours. And then like 3 hours later, you're throwing tools around, you're hammering stuff, trying to make it work. And you contemplate where you went wrong in life. But we're past that stage and we're on the stage where finally everything's back together. So check it out. So we finally got the upper, like the front radiator connected to the new connection thingies. We got the big compressor thingy, we got the tank thingy, and now we just we gotta put everything back together on the front end. But oh my gosh, these connections right here, see these connections? Those don't make any sense. The only way I was able to make them connect is by hitting them with a hammer. So hopefully I didn't dent anything. But so if you guys are working on projects on your own cars, just fight through, you can make it work. And then at the end it feels better. But you guys just missed the past half hour of me throwing tools around. But it's all good.
I've been a victim.
You've been fine. Everything seems to be intact, solid, and all that. So there's one last step in this, and that requires us to get vacuum gauges for AC units. And for that, we need to go to the auto parts store. So let's run to the store. Now, Faith, you coming? Saga, you coming?
Yep.
Yeah, cool, it's a party.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Mister, I'm gonna eat candy off the floor that I find.
I'm not exactly sure specifically what part I need to rent or anything like that. So I'm gonna go and talk to the guys and come back out and then I'll review the tools that I rent. So I'll be right back. You guys hang out with Faith.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's a Sal Guy dancing montage. Best.
Okay, so we ended up getting the valve set here. They didn't have one to rent, so I bought this one, except they said I could return it if I didn't want to keep it. So I don't know if I'll ever need it again, so we may be returning it in the future. You excited? Okay, and we are back here at the shop. So here are like the gauges that I just bought. So I don't really know exactly what's going on here, but there's a low pressure side and a high pressure side. These connect to something, probably right there or right there. And then the yellow one, the yellow hose here, actually connects to my vacuum pump, which is right here. So fun story about this vacuum pump. I already had this vacuum pump. It's actually a very, very nice one. I bought this for vacuum bagging carbon fiber. So you can see all my supplies for carbon fiber right here. I have not forgotten about carbon fiber. I just got really, really busy because summer is my busy season. So we gotta put this right here, hook this up to that, and now we gotta pull a vacuum in all of the components. And basically what that does is it pulls out all the air, all the moisture, and then we check the gauges to make sure it can hold the vacuum for like a while. That way there's no leaks. So this really isn't a how-to video on how to charge your AC system or do anything like that. I'm just gonna do it. You guys are gonna watch. If you want a how-to video, the Chris Fix video on this is perfect. It's the one that I'm following along with right now. If you wanna check that out, if you're doing this project, I'll just link the Chris Fix's video in the description. But I'm just gonna get to work. I gotta pull that vacuum and see if it's tight. Okay, it's all hooked up. I hope that, you know, the low side, high side. I moved the gauges down here because it wasn't gonna reach. We got my vacuum pump right here. Let's flip this thing on. Ooh, it works, it works. Okay, now we gotta open these. Okay, it's pulling a vacuum. Gotta open that one. Oh, you see, it's working. It's working. Okay, so hopefully in like 1 hour-ish, the gauge is still at this 20 in HG vac, whatever that means. Okay, so that was successful. It's been about an hour, and as you can see, the vacuum is about the same. I just let this run, so I checked it at about 45 minutes, then I let this run for another 15 minutes to pull as much out as I possibly can. It really didn't go down very far. So now we need to add this stuff. So this is just like refrigerant stuff, and I have like this cap thing that'll puncture the can, and it'll also attach onto the yellow hose here. But basically I just need to add, I believe it's like 20 ounces of this stuff. The Jeep has to be on while we're doing this, that way the clutch can spin and the freon gets pushed around and pressurized and whatnot and stuff like that. And then hopefully we get cool air, so let's give it a shot, fingers crossed. Everything seems to be working just perfectly. I'm just gonna keep letting it fill up. This can is almost empty. It's really, really cold. And then I'll have to swap it out for the other one, but make sure I put in just enough, all that jazz. But anyways, hopefully it's pumping cold air into the cap. We'll see in a minute. All right, let's check this thing out. Okay. Got our key here. Oh, check out my cool keychain. All right. Okay, we got the AC on recirc. We got the fan on 4. We got it all the way on cold. Ooh, the clutch just kicked in. Let's see what temperature we're at here. 73, 71. Okay. Let's give it a second to cool down. It's definitely cooler. Let's check it out. Ooh, 64. 63. So we're going down 62. All right. So there we go. We got AC, kind of. It's not super crazy cold, but it's good enough. So now, let me turn on things so you can hear me. So now we are ready and prepared to go to Moab. So I need to text James, which James is currently somewhere with his new car, his Supra. So I got to text him, and then we got to get Faith, and then Sal Guy, and then Oscar, and then we got to go down to Moab and do some wheeling. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really just needed to fix that AC problem before I head down to Moab. We were just in Vegas the other day. It was 115. So I definitely didn't want to go down without AC. But now that we have AC, we're ready to head down. So stay tuned for more Jeeping videos. And yeah, I guess I'll see you there. Peace out, guys.